Yes guys, Max here back again with a brand new video, and today we're coming to you live with yet again another tier list. This time it's Premier League right backs. We absolutely love and adore tier lists on the channel, so we're bringing them back. I've missed you. I've missed the tier list. I have missed you. So with the tiers today, this is what we've got in store. We have got world class as usual, very good as the second option as usual, decent, meh, and finally, EFL level, so championship level. It just didn't fit when I put championship, so I've changed it to EFL, so yeah. We're kickstarting with Adam Smith, although he has been quite good for Bournemouth this season. He's got to hold EFL level. He's got to be the first one in there. I'm sorry. He is basically a championship right back now. He's had his days. He's a decent right back. He's one of them that fill in as a substitution sort of right back. I mean, Max Aaron's at Bournemouth, who we'll come on to later, is the better option, but yeah, come on, let's be real. We're starting off on a damper, and that is, it's a bit disappointing, but we've got to start somewhere. From one end of the scale to the next, because we've got Kyle Walker, and he is going in world class. For me, is he the best right back in the Premier League? And if he's the best right back in the Premier League, he's technically the best right back in the world. I don't know about that one. He is a bit clumsy at times, but he's world class. Come on. He's probably the best right back in Premier League history. That's coming from a United fan. We had Gary Neville, of course. I think Kyle Walker, I didn't see Gary Neville though as much, so it's between them two for that sort of spot. Trent is obviously in the conversation as well, but for me, Kyle Walker is a mainstay of that world class category. Nathaniel Klein, EFL level. Seamus Coleman, EFL level. Timothy Castagna, we're going to put in decent. He's a decent calibre right back. When he went down with Leicester last season, it was a bit like, he's definitely going to sign for a Premier League team or a Serie A or a Liga and a Bundesliga team. And he did do that. He came back in the Premier League with Fulham and he's excelling in that position. He's even moved Kenny Tete out of the squad, who was really good last year as well. Serge Aurier is meh. He's like, at Tottenham, he was a decent right back. Since he's moved to Forest, he's barely in the team. He plays every now and then. He's a meh right back. George Baldock, EFL level. I'm sorry. Right, this is one I really don't rate. Vladimir Sufal from West Ham United. Oh, God, I nearly just put Trippier in there. We're not up to you, mate. Calm down, lad. Vladimir Sufal in meh for me. I just don't really rate him. I mean, I think West Ham, it's a position they really need to improve. Maybe someone like a Wan-Bissaka from United, for example. I really like Wan-Bissaka, but if he was to join West Ham, he'd be unbelievable for them, especially for David Moyes. Bloody hell, Trippier, here you go now. Get up there. World-class Kieran Trippier. Last few weeks, he's been he'd probably be down in the meta if we're basing off the last few weeks/months. But we know what he's capable of. He's been in the game for a long time. He was great at Tottenham, all right at Atletico Madrid. Since coming back to the Premier League with Newcastle, he's been one of the better players. There is no two ways about it. Kieran Trippier is a world-class right back. We've got to be honest there. Kenny Tete, for me, is also a decent right back. I think Fulham have got two decent right backs on the hands of the club. Marco Silva can swap and change every single time he wants to do it. I mean, the two very good not very good, or else they'd be in the very good tier. Stupid. The two decent right backs, that's the better word, because decent is the category they're in. Yeah, sorry. Connor Roberts of Burnley. Yeah, he can hold EFL. Sorry, mate. You can hold EFL. I mean, he's barely played in the Premier League this year. He's an alright championship level fullback, but Premier League, no. And White, as a right back, he's decent. Is he better than Castagna and Tete, actually, now I think about it? As a right back? I'm not sure he is. I think Tete and Castagna are out and out fullbacks. They know how to attack. They know how to defend. Ben White, he's just sort of been moved over because they've got two good centre-backs. He's one of them. They want him in the team, but they can't play him in his natural position, so he's been shifted out to the right. Yeah, I don't know. I think Arsenal that's a big... If they want to win Premier Leagues, want to win Champions Leagues, I'm not sure Ben White starting at right back is going to solve that issue. Matty Cash of Aston Villa is a decent right back. Personally, he's probably the best out of the ones there, let's be real. Sorry, Castagna. Move down a little bit. Yeah, Matty Cash, again, but it's weird with him and Emery. I think Emery likes to play him as a winger or a wing back. He doesn't like to play him on his own in that defensive cover. Maybe he doesn't trust his defensive capabilities, but I think he's a good player, Matty Cash. Trent AlexanderArnold, the next one, going into world class. And for me right now, he's going to go top. He's going top of the world class category. He's unbelievable going forward. He's what you want in a right back. Everyone criticises his defending, sorry. He is sort of... do you know what? With his defending, even as a United fan, he's actually not bad at one-on-one defending. It's when, you know, it's over the top and the players beat him. He can't track back. His defensive awareness is not good either. I think he really struggles with defensive awareness. Like, he doesn't know where he is half the time. He'll leave a man on the back post on his own and he's not really sure of where he is. But one-on-one, when a player's running at him, he's that's his best part of his defending. And obviously, him going forward, getting goals, getting contributions with the assist, helping the team out. I think he's a good leader at Liverpool as well. No, he's the vice-captain at the minute, but he is definitely a future captain at Liverpool, if he doesn't leave, of course. Ezri Konsa of Aston Villa is also a decent right-back. You know what? I think he is. I don't know if he's better than Castagna at right-back, because again, it's a similar situation to Ben White, where he's a centre-back and he's been shifted out to the right just so he can stay in the team. I think Konsa as a right-back has been solid, but as a centre-back, I think we're missing out on his true potential at centre-half. Nelson Semedo is a decent right-back. I don't know if he's better there, but we'll put him there for now. Yeah, obviously, he played for Barcelona. I know that doesn't count for anything, but he must have had some sort of quality to play for Barcelona for a few years. He's been at Wolves for a few years now, and he's been the mainstay in that team. He's played for Wolves for a while. He's always been the one in that right wing-back position / right-back position. He's always starting. No matter what manager comes in, it's always Nelson Semedo. There must be something good about him, and there is. Montiel of Nottingham Forest. He is, he's another decent one. He's another decent fullback. He's been brought in this summer by Steve Cooper. He's obviously not there now, but he's sort of pushed Aurier out the team. So yeah, he's definitely going in decent. He's definitely better than Aurier, seems so he's pushing him out the team, especially under new manager Nuno Espirito Santo. Jaden Bogle is that. EFL, but it's just where I put him. He's definitely not the worst in there. You know what? We need to rejig this at the bottom, don't we? Seamus Coleman's not cutting the mustard anymore. I think he's better. You know what? He's probably the best of it. So far, he's probably the best of that. Is Connor Roberts too low? Sorry about this. I'm just rejigging everything. I'm not sure about this. You know what? I'm happy with that so far. Yeah, Jaden Bogle. Come on. Sheffield United just haven't improved the squad anywhere near enough to stay in this division, and it's showing in the league at the minute. Joel Ward, unfortunately, he's been in the Premier League, he's been at Palace for a while, but he's also going to go in EFL level. I really don't think he's that good. He's probably not even better than Klein, is he? Really? Is he better than Connor Roberts? He probably is. But yeah, Crystal Palace, it's been, since Wan-Bissaka left, they've had no one. They've had no one to play at right back. It's the dampen for them. They need a right back. Scream it from the rooftops. Crystal Palace, sign a decent right back, please. Tino Livramento, for me, is a decent right back. And I'm going to put him there. I actually really rate him. I think he's one of them fullbacks who he can defend very well. He stays tight to his man, but also going forward, he's got that explosiveness about him. He beats a man and he whips a ball into the box right on the byline. He's quick, he's energetic. He's in the decent category. Emerson Royal, I don't think is as bad as everyone says. You know, I think he's actually decent. Is that mad to say? Is he better than Ben White? Probably not. He's probably in the bottom of decent, but I think he's decent. Every time I've watched him, he's obviously, he doesn't seem Brazilian to me. Like, he's a Brazilian player. He's from Brazil, but is he a Brazilian player? Now I think about it, he doesn't do skills. He's not got that Brazil. He's not got that Brazil in him. I don't really know what I'm waffling about here, but yeah, he's a right back as well, actually. So yeah, what am I talking about? But yeah, I don't think he's as bad as people say. I mean, he's come into the team when he's played at centre back for most of the season under Postecoglou anyway. But yeah, I think he's decent. I think he's all right. He shouldn't be starting for Spurs, but he's all right coming in for Pedro Porro when he's injured or whatever. Aaron Hickey of Brentford is meh. I'm sorry to say it. I've barely watched him since, like, I noticed he plays on both the right, both the left. He's still quite young though, I believe. Is he still 20, 21? He is really young, the Scotsman, so there's plenty of years of potential. I know Arsenal wanted him before he went to Brentford as well, so there must be a player in there. There must be. Aaron Wan-Bissaka, for me, again, is decent. Oh, am I doing him a disservice here? Right, he's going there. He's second in the decent category. I mean, he's one-on-one defending. His slide tackling in general is unbelievable. No one does it like him. Nathan Patterson is meh. There's still plenty of years ahead of him. He needs to improve vastly. Vitinho of Burnley, he's going to go in EFL level, because he is, realistically. Come on, let's be real. Issa Kabor, you know what? I actually don't mind him. I think he's a meh fullback. And you know what? He's actually going to go top of meh. From what I've seen of him, he's actually been okay for Luton this season, so I think he deserves that spot. Jack Hinchelwood is coming to his own, and again, he's not really, he's sort of a midfielder that's been played out of position, but from what I've seen when he's come into that team at Brighton, you can't just get into the Brighton team with ease. Like, it's a tough task to get into that team. You've got to play a certain way, and he does that, so he's going in the meta. Malo Gusto, for me, is also in meh. From what I've seen, he's still early days, he's still young, but You know what I mean? It's like, it's a decent little cover for Rees James when he's out injured, which seems to be all the time, but you can't rely on him all the time. He's still got that hiccup in him. Diogo Dalot for me, you know what? I'm actually going to put him in the first player in the very good category. I think he is. I prefer, it's really weird this. The only reason I'm putting Dalot there is because he can play off both sides, even though it's a right back tailor. It doesn't really make sense, but just stay with me on this. I like how he can use both feet. He's got a whip of a shot of venom in his strikes when he hits the ball. He's very good going forward, but he is really, really good at defending. I think that goes under the radar a lot. Rees James for me. I'm going to put him in world class, but he is going to go bottom of it just because the injuries. I can't rank him any higher out of them 4 English right backs. That's mad, by the way. All 4 in world class are all English and all unbelievable. But Rees James, come on, stay fit. I know it's not your fault, but I'd love to see you. Well, maybe not love to see because he does play for Chelsea, but you know what? We all want to see Rees James do well. We all do. Rico Lewis for me is a decent fullback, and it's weird because he doesn't really. I'm going to put him there. I'm going to put him quite low on decent because he doesn't really play fullback. He sort of shifts into the middle, which is obviously the modern day thing, especially with Man City nowadays. Pedro Porro is going in very good, and he's going to go top of very good. He's so close to getting world class. He just needs a strong end to this season, and he could be pushing there. I think Man City are linked with him as well. Maybe a Kyle Walker replacement. He has been unbelievable, hasn't he, for Tottenham this season? I always say, you know what? I've noticed on a lot of my videos, I say unbelievable an awful amount of times. Like, it's unreal. I've nearly said it's unbelievable then. Jeez. Tariq Lamptey, I'm going to... You know what? He is decent though, innit? Is he though? Yeah, he's decent, but he doesn't play. Again, I don't know if it's injuries or De Zerbi doesn't like him. He doesn't play enough. Max Aarons is a decent right back as well for me, definitely. And finally, of Arsenal, we've got Tomiyasu. He's going in there. I'm not convinced of Arsenal's fullbacks. That's where they need to strengthen for me. They need a striker and 2 fullbacks either side. And that wraps it up for today's video. Hopefully you did enjoy. Please let me know what you would change about this list. I mean, there's a few... I don't know. I think that's all right, you know. I'm backing myself there. I've done it off the cuff and I'm backing it. Yep, that wraps it up. See you next time.